Alex Alsa from TGT Webcomics here at C2E2 and, of course, Mission Park. I'm here with Sam, one of the lead actresses on the shoot here. You know, you're a beautiful person. You have half your costume on here, unfortunately, but from what I've seen, it's a great project, a great concept. How did you get involved with this?
Well, I've worked with the Perros before on High Heel Samurai. It was another project we did, and really was very excited to get to do a comic book movie. It was a lot of fun to shoot and a lot of challenge as an actress. We shot completely green screen, which was very challenging when you're trying to get your picture to line up with everybody else's when you're filming. Then they put everything in later on. So, yeah.
So, is this going to be an ongoing trilogy type deal, or is this going to be like one of those one type of films and see what it comes from that?
Well, we did a movie that included all of us, and then once this makes it big, which we know that it will blow up, right? Then later in the future, Chip has decided to do a movie based on each of our characters, so there should be 5 other movies to follow.
So will it tie into this particular one, or more of a prequel type, origin story?
There'll be, I'm not the writer, so that's definitely a Chip question, but they'll each develop a little bit more of each of our individual characters. There's a lot of characters in this, a lot of things going on, a lot of action, and I imagine that the future one will tell you a little bit more about who Tessa Faux really is, what her background is.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting. I love the trailer that I saw. I love the interaction that everyone had, and it just felt alive. It wasn't just like, okay, read the lines off the script. It was just like you put effort into and then put an emotion into it.
Yes. Everybody here is wonderful to work with, and I can't speak for anybody else, but me personally, I did a lot of research to come up with this character. You're given so much on paper, but then you still have to create and embody that particular person. So I read a lot of comic books, I watched a lot of different movies, and I tried to came up. My character's name is Tessa Faux, and she is very unique in the comic book world. There's no one really like her. There's not a lot of females out there to begin with, and she is very interesting and intriguing on her own behalf. So.
Still recording, just to be sure.
That's a good thing.
Yes, very good thing. Yeah, else that was just basically a wash. But no,
Well, I can always talk.
Well, we don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I mean, as Tessa Faux, as this type of character, you throw yourself into it, but where do you draw that inspiration from?
The inspiration for really came from a lot of different movies. She's a very seductive character, and there's a lot of sexuality and sensuality to her. But then there's also a really tough side where she's fighting for good and doesn't tolerate much of the bad guys. And that comes from drawing from as many characters as I could find out there. And then also we working closely with the cast, and we collaborated, and if there was a question about how to do something or how to portray a certain scene, then there was a open forum that we could discuss and really make it. We all have the same goal in mind, which is to make it the best movie we could possibly make.
And it definitely looks like that. I can't wait to see the actual DVD release of it there. Are you going to be showing it here at C2E2 or?
No, it's going to be premiered in August. Yep, probably on the East Coast, and then hopefully in a theater near you soon.
I would say, go to your local theater and demand Mission Park there.
Yeah, it is definitely, it has a very unique feel to it. There's a lot of comic book movies out there, but none that are like ours. It is very different, and you can tell that, I think, even just from the trailer and looking at missionparkmovie.com, they show you a little taste of it, and I think you can tell right off the bat that it's not just another comic book movie.
It's good to see, and that all stems from, of course, we'll get to Mark and we'll get to everyone else here about the whole writing aspect, but I can't thank you enough for this type of interview. I mean, you look like a great actress, you really do. And
the superhero boots on.
Well, yeah.
Can't be a superhero without the boots.
If it's not the costume, it's the boots. I mean,
there you go.
Well, thank you very much, Sam. I appreciate you coming on the interview.
It was very nice to meet you.
You too.